Now, Elizabeth, in her study of the people that were dying and of their loved ones who were undergoing the ultimate loss, observed 5 stages of facing this loss. These 5 stages also take place in losing anything that's very important to us. Losing a limb, losing a job, losing our country, losing our house. Okay? So loss is one of the greatest stresses for a human being. Now the greatest loss is the loss of a child. And then there's the loss of a spouse, and there's the loss of loved ones, and then we go into the loss of a job, a loss of a limb, and these kinds of things, okay? So the first step, the first stage in confronting loss is denial. I refuse to believe it. So if someone, this happens especially so when someone is told that they will probably be leaving their physical body in a very abrupt and impersonal way. But someone says, well, you'll probably be dead in a year, you know, without any real feeling in that. So we have these two opposites. We have, as it here in Greece, that no one ever tells the person they're going to die. In very few cases they are told. Everyone else knows about it. They're the last to find out about it, if they ever find out about it. And then we have the opposite in some European countries in America. Well, it's actually very blunt, and it would be better if it was told to them by a loved one. The need for, and the denial is that I deny to believe it. Just as people can deny that they're alcoholics, they can deny that they're addicted to drugs or anything, they can deny that they're going to die. You know, the doctor made a mistake, it's impossible, it's not going to happen, I'm not going to pay any attention to it. And so they're in a state of denial, and when they're in this state, we cannot discuss this with them because they refuse to discuss it. So we revert to all of the practical measures I mentioned earlier. The music, the plants, books if they want to read, if they have chores which have to be done, massage, spiritual healing, but we're not able to discuss death because they are denying that possibility. They don't want to look at it. This functions as a buffer in which they don't have to deal with the emotions that they would have to deal with if they really accepted the fact that they will be leaving the physical body soon. But there's another factor here. People often go into denial because their loved ones are not ready. And they will stay in denial until they feel that the loved ones are ready to look at this. So usually the denial is extended by the inability of the relatives, the close loved ones, to accept this possibility. The next step, the next stage is anger. Now the anger is even greater if the person is young, because the feeling of injustice is greater. Or if I've been a good person, you know, I've been an ethical person all my life, and I see these other people who are totally unethical living through 80 and 90 and 100, and here I am at 50 dying, or even 30. And of course this is based on a belief that life in the physical body is greater and better than life out of the physical body, which, as we have discussed in this seminar until now, is an illusion. Life is not more pleasant or fulfilling inside than outside. And the anger can be directed towards God, towards life, towards the doctor and nurses, and often, as I have seen, towards the loved ones. So if we have a loved one who is in this stage, he may be unreasonably angry and unjust to us. May accuse us of things, shout at us, for not doing small things. You know, we may be serving this person. We may have given up our lives totally. I have seen such cases. Giving up our lives totally only to serve this person at this stage of their lives, and they are never satisfied and always angry with us. So in this stage, we need to have a lot of patience. We have to be disidentified with our ego. And we have to remember one very important truth. I am not the target. This person is suffering. He doesn't want to hurt me. He just wants to get this anger out of his system. And so we have to be able to take this anger without allowing it to go into us and hurt us. Realize that this person is very unhappy. He's about to lose everything that is important to him, and he can do nothing else but to express his or her anger towards us. So we need to have patience here. Do a lot of active listening. That is, when the person is angry, ask them about the active listening will allow them to express what they're feeling and let go of the anger and say, well, you know, I'm upset about this, I'm upset about that. It helps them get it out more clearly. And also it's a great opportunity for our own spiritual growth. To have someone shouting at us all the time. We have the opportunity to forgive, to analyze our own beliefs, and to maintain a sense of our self-worth and of our inner security regardless of the other's behavior. And of course, to develop love without condition, unconditional love. The third stage is the stage of bargaining. Well, there's two kinds of bargaining which goes on here. One is the bargaining with the doctors so that they can eat the things that they want and not eat the things that will save them, so that they can do things that they would like to do which perhaps the doctors are forbidding. So it's bargaining to do things that they like to do. For example, they want to smoke even though smoking will kill them. They want to go out and want to drink or go on an excursion or eat certain foods which they like. Now here is the question again, what is more important for this person to live another 2 months not enjoying anything, or to enjoy himself and to live 2 months earlier? I mean, we worship life in the physical body. It is above everything to us. I mean, we have made it God. And it's like, you know, you have to do everything just to stay in the physical body. And this is all because it's not a matter of love, it's a matter of fear. It's a matter of fear because we fear what will happen when we leave the physical body. And more so, I would say, we fear what will happen if our loved one leaves the physical body. It's easier for most of us to accept death than it is to accept the death of a very important person. Because when you die, okay, you get out of the body, you're relaxed, you see things are not as you thought they were, but when you stay in the body and you lose your child, you lose your spouse, you lose your brother, your sister, a very important person, it's much more painful than dying itself. So this is a matter of the doctors, of the family, of the person, this bargaining about doing things that he wants to do. The other kind of bargaining is with God. Suddenly he remembers God. And so there is a desire now for communicating with God and asking God to restore the life, to heal. This is an opportunity for us to use this motivation now to cooperate with this person in prayer, to pray for them, to teach them to pray, to teach them relaxations in which they will receive divine energy. It's a useful experience that now that they are interested in communicating with the divine in order to receive this help. We can give them books on the subject, we can do it with them, we can give them cassettes which help them to pray or to receive spiritual healing.